Over following the legalization of marijuana here in our state. Today, the Office of Cannabis Management announced that our state is now accepting applications for the first retail cannabis dispensary. So we're asking you tonight, will you apply for a cannabis dispensary license? Scan this QR code right here in the bottom corner of the screen and let us know. I want to check in with News 12's Phil Tate right now. He's joining us right now with more from Canarsie on this development tonight. Phil, what's the latest out there on the new applications?
Yeah, well, Kurt, people who have been directly impacted by the war on drugs here in New York State can now submit those applications to become one of the first retail licensors here in New York. Of course, we know this is a new market, and the goal was to bring revenue along with equity to these communities. Well, for one advocate, he tells me it's only right.
It's super important for these people to get first dibs at this. Look, people were arrested for a joint. People were arrested for a tiny little bud the size of this. I personally was arrested for a tiny bud when I was younger. And just imagine getting arrested for a medicine, right? We need to give these people a chance. These people have lost a lot due to this war on drugs. And it's now time to give these people who lost a lot a chance to actually be pioneers of this business.
Well, applications are now open at New York State's Office of Cannabis Management's website, where applicants can now fill out their info once they fulfill all the requirements. Prospective qualifying businesses must have a conviction for a marijuana-related offense that occurred prior to the passage of the Marijuana Regulation and Tax Act that passed in March of last year, or a direct family member of someone who has had a prior conviction. Well, applicants would also need to have experience owning and operating a qualifying business that has been profitable for at least 2 years, and all applicants must be led by justice-involved individuals, whether entity-owned or by an individual. Well, for Orrin Levy, he says it's the right time and to do it the right way.
They deserve this compensation, and they need to be taught the right way to do it and the safe way to do it, right? The safe and effective way to do it. We don't want, personally, my opinion is I don't want kids getting their hands on marijuana. Not until they're the legal age. And we have to teach these people who are the pioneers of marijuana, the cannabis industry, to make sure they do not go down that path.
All right, Phil, you answered a lot of questions tonight, but I got at least 2 more for you here. How many slots are available for the justice-involved individuals we're talking about here, and how long are the applications going to be open for?
Yeah, well, Kurt, important to note, 150 licenses are being reserved for this group, and applications will be available through September 26. Kurt?